The room Nina entered was expansive, at least 3 stories to the ceiling. At the front, a small gathering of perhaps 20 people stood together in a loose circle, the voice of the rabbi conversational, the group attentive. She guided the door closed behind herself and slipped into a seat at the back, where she was shadowed by an overhanging balcony. She unconsciously reached for a prayer book, but remembered that this was not church, and the words would mean nothing to her. She saw now that at the center of the gathering was the infant, held by a young father and the child's mother, who had a specific beauty of a woman who has recently given birth, awash in her own power and gratitude, a prayer herself. The infant...
Because Melora says that I have to. It's been nearly a year, she tells me, and tomorrow is the unveiling, and I could meet someone. Kidding. Or not. Melora might bring a guy from work. Iris stepped into the salon where Melora had made the appointment and felt immediately steeped in a pleasant cynicism. She was none of the things that she needed to be to come here. Not tall, not blonde, not vapid, not an actress. The man behind the desk had had his eyebrows waxed in a high arch that made him appear preternaturally interested. Iris gave him her name and continued her letter to her deceased husband. The receptionist informed me while I waited that for my first visit I was being gifted with a 20% discount on a Brazilian wax. This is a gift. To have the most personal hedge of all shaped into...
Left the basket on the counter in the kitchen this morning so that Seth would see it. She busied herself with Sophie's lunch so that she'd be looking away when he noticed it. And he did notice it. And she briefly swelled with pride that he was aware of her successes at the temple, that he was pleased with her role there, as he had been when she made latkes on Hanukkah or served hot lunch at the day school. She was exhausted from co-chairing the silent auction, which she did with Tamara Weiss, for whom being Jewish was as easy as waking up. But it was worth it for the times that Seth beamed at her and slipped his hand to the small of her back and kissed her on her hair, which was the color of the corn silk in the fields she rode her bike past in her Iowa summers.